This here is styrofoam, which is the bottom of a pizza base. You can order it online, or more excitingly, buy a pizza, eat it, and then do the artwork. So I'm using one of my pieces that I've previously done of some flowers in a vase to help me. You could make it up as you go along, or you could print a picture off the internet, anything you like. I just find it easier to have something beside me as a guide. So it's really important to start with that you have a nice sharp pencil, and as I draw, I'm just going to kind of copy this image, and I'm going to make sure I'm pushing quite hard, not to go all the way through, but to have a clear dent in the styrofoam, and it's going to be what we call a relief print. So everywhere that we mark is going to be white. So it's not going to be exactly the same. I just find it easier to have something as a rough guide to what I'm doing. So making sure I'm pushing nice and hard there to get it to go indented into the styrofoam. If your pencil comes a bit blunt, just give it a quick sharpen again, as that is the main thing here. And you could do any design that you like. You could do it bigger, you could do it smaller, you could do multiple ones over the top of each other in different colours. That could be quite interesting. Now I found the background a little bit plain. I wanted to make it a bit more exciting, so I'm just copying some of those little dashes into the background just to fill the space a little bit. But like I say, you could do anything that you like. There's no right or wrong with this, just remember that. So here I have my roller and a palette to roll out on. If you don't have that, that's absolutely fine. Just use some paper, and if you don't have a roller, use a paintbrush. It will just take a bit longer. So I'm using yellow acrylic, and I like the yellow because it's just going to really be bright and colourful. I'm going to cover the whole of the styrofoam in this ink, and I'm going to just put it down on a scrap of paper first so I don't get it on the table. Now you'll notice that I'm going to cover the whole thing, and when we print this layer, it isn't going to print very well because the styrofoam is going to absorb some of that liquid and that ink in the acrylic. So we just need to kind of cover it first to create a bit of a base, if you like. So some of my acrylic, you'll notice, has gone into the grooves I've just created. So with a nice sharp pencil, I'm just going to go back over my lines just to take that ink out. So now I'm going to put the paper gently over the top and be really careful not to move the paper. You're going to rub it in circular motions with that part of your hand, and just keep going until you feel like you've covered the whole thing and you can see all the edges and all the corners popping through your paper on the top. Then gently peel this up, and remember this one isn't going to work very well, but it's going to have a nice base on that styrofoam. So you go, you can see the image is coming through, but it's not as clear as you want it. Take two, and this one will work. Roll that out with your roller so it's covered, or use your paintbrush, that's absolutely fine, and cover your piece of styrofoam. Make sure you've gone all the way to those edges. You're better off going over them twice just to make sure. And then go through with the pencil if you need to, and then remember that same part of your hand, that flat bit, in nice circular motions all the way over the paper, trying not to move the paper on top. We don't want a double image. And then when you feel that you have covered it all, carefully peel it up, and you can notice, okay, maybe that bit needs a little bit more pressure. Put it back down and pull it up again. And there you have it, your image of your relief print. So have a go. You could do multiple designs, eat multiple pizzas, and then you can have multiple patterns.